Who is the biggest loser from this? I mean, I know the government reopening puts money back in people's pockets. Do you think Democrats accomplish what you guys were trying to accomplish by doing this?
Well, the biggest losers are the American people who need the Affordable Care Act to get their health care. Let's just start with that. In Texas 32, right here in North Texas, I have over 100,000 constituents that rely on the Affordable Care Act to get their health insurance. And it's a significant issue. I wouldn't say there's money going back into their pocket at all. In fact, money is leaving their pocket. And so, while we hate to see federal workers be without pay, we appreciate their service to the country, and the like. But there's a lot of folks right here at home that are going to be really suffering when this bill passes.
Your colleague on the other side of the aisle, Brandon Gill from North Texas, I just finished talking to him. He said that this will hurt Democrats going into the midterms. I would assume you're going to say it hurts Republicans. Tell me why.
Well, he couldn't be further off the base. He obviously doesn't talk to people, or see a poll. Republicans have lost 20 points since this shutdown. The American people strongly um, blame this whole crisis that we're in on them. The Republicans have the House, they have the Senate, they have the executive. They've been unable to lead, they've been unable to pass an appropriations bill to be able to go through this process, so that we should have had to have a CR. But Stephen, this is what they just did. I don't know if you're aware, but they just passed a provision that is going to enrich personally 8 senators. They can get millions of dollars. And this is so out of the norm. This is corruption at the highest level. And Brandon Gill's supporting that, but I strongly oppose it.
One of my last questions. You know, uh, Democrats took a big hit in 2024, and it kind of boiled down to the economy. How do you see the economy right now heading into 2026? Do you think the economy has improved? I know inflation has slowed some, but people are still feeling it.
The economy's terrible. Trump and Republicans campaigned on this promise to fix the economy, and they have completely failed to deliver that. A cup of coffee is an extra 21% cost. Most people I know really need their cup of coffee in the morning. And, everything is more expensive. Housing is more expensive. Energy is more expensive. These tariffs that these people have supported has made everything more expensive, and there's no relief in sight. And all that Republicans have done is trample on our First Amendment freedoms, the right of free speech. They've trampled on our Fifth Amendment, on the right of due process. They've trampled all over the Constitution. They've engaged in gross corruption and personal enrichment to the president and now to the members of the Senate. And it's just outrageous, and that they're willing to put money in their own pockets, but they're not willing to take care of the pockets of the American people.
And my last question, this CR just kicks the can a couple of months. Are we just going to be back here in a couple of months?
Well, we'll see. The Republicans gave this, we promise, we promise, we promise we're going to address health care, and we'll see if they do or not. I am here to participate in a robust discussion on health care. I think there's a lot that we need to do to improve our system. The Affordable Care Act is not the be all end all. There's absolutely a lot of things that we could do to make it better. But the solution isn't to kick 32 million people off health care in the interim while you figure it out. The solution would have been to pass the extension with 1 year to give us a chance to really prioritize that. But all Republicans have tried to do is eliminate it, not really solve the problem. They still only have a concept of a plan and no plan at all. But I hope we can get something done. And if not, we may be back in the same position.